the person this account is attesting for, the person this account is swearing for, the person this account is declaring for, the person this account is attesting for. Because if you are to use this affidavit to get that attestation of birth that you would later on authenticate at the Ministry of 2004 as amended, finish. That's all. That's all. We've done it. Guys, welcome to my channel. Returning subscribers is the JJ, and if you're new here, I do a lot of talk on interesting topics. So today we are going to just dive deep into what an affidavit is and how to get one. An affidavit is a sworn formal statement, and it's often used when you don't have a standard document, like let's say for example birth certificate, and you need to officially declare it like in a legal way to back up your claim that you have a birth certificate. Let's say a birth certificate showing your age, and you want to back up your claim that you are at that age, but you don't have like a document explaining that, so you'd need an affidavit for that. An affidavit is also used for other claims as well, whether for identity support, change of name, especially for married women, and affidavit for loss, like maybe you lost your phone or you lost a document, you need an affidavit for that, just to back up your ownership of that missing item. And there are also affidavits that are also used in court proceedings. So it gives that official weight in situations where the normal certificate can be missing or not clear. So in Nigeria, there are two ways of getting your affidavit. There's still the traditional way of getting your affidavit, and there's the new digital way of getting your affidavit. I feel a lot of people are not accustomed to the new way. I'll first dive into the traditional way of getting your affidavit for whatever claim, and then go on to the digital way of getting your affidavit. The traditional way of getting your affidavit, you have to walk to a high court in your state, wherever you are located, and get in touch with a secretary. Let's say for example you want to get an affidavit declaring your age, so get a statutory declaration of your age, right? This kind of affidavit, right, on attestation of birth kind of affidavit, you have to go with either one of your parents, maybe your father or your mother, as a declarant, right? Yes, because they are the ones that are going to fill in for you. They are the ones that are going to declare that you are of that age, right? Reflecting on their own identity as well. I want to also touch on something in trying to declare your age. There's one important thing I want you to know. For a certain kind of embassy, like Austrian embassy, they are very, very keen on the declarant making their signature on that affidavit. For example, let's say your parents is swearing an affidavit, right, and the signature there is not their signature. It's not going to be funny, because in the course of you submitting all your documents to, let's say, an embassy like an Austrian embassy, they have lawyers, they have agents that they send out to find out whether that signature is really that parent's signature. If it's not that parent's signature, there's going to be a problem with your visa, right? So I'm just giving you a heads up. Make sure that signature there is the signature of the person declaring it. It's the signature of the parent declaring it. This is a sample of the manual one, not the digital. So let me just give you an idea of how it's going to be. I'm just going to read it out for you to have an idea of how it's going to be. There should be a declarant. Whichever parent, mother or father, should be the declarant, the one declaring, that you were born at this time and you are this age, right? That's who is declaring for you, not you being the declarant. So let's go through it and you see how it is, so you understand better. That's the parent talking now. The parent name of whatever residential address the parent is in, right? Do solemnly, sincerely declare, number one, that my age is, that's the age of the parent talking now. Number two, that I am the dash of person, that I am the, for example, father of this applicant, right? That's the relationship he has with the person. Then 3, that to the best of my knowledge and belief, the said, that's the applicant, the person you are declaring for, the said was born at blah 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 blah. What town? That blah blah I just said is what town in local government of, right, on the day of dash 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 month dash 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 year. 4, that the time his or her birth was, that at the time his or her birth was not registered at, we go back to the town the local government. Yeah, you feel it. 5. That I make this solemn declaration consciously believing the same to be true, and by virtue of the provision of the Oath Act, cap 33 LFN, whatever you want to write. Then you see where it has dates, and you see where it has signature mark of declarant. That signature mark of declarant is the signature of whichever parent you are using as declarant. It should be their signature. No other person should sign. Exactly. Then when you go down, you see I certify that the above declarant has been read and interpreted to the declaration, and that he/she appear clearly, understand the same, and affixed his or her mark to my presence. Declared at so court. Signature or mark interpreter. Yeah, their signature. And the date of when this declaration was made. Yeah, then you see their stamp, their signature and date. Fee paid, oath fees, whatever naira, whatever kobo. Revenue collected, paid, date, same date it was declared, right? That's just all for the affidavit. That's how it is manually. That's how it is. Before then going to MPC, right, to attest for a birth certificate. An affidavit for an attestation of birth certificate has to come from the declarant, right? It's not coming from you. It has to come from a declarant, and the declarant can be your parents, either one of them. That's just it. So it's a different kind of affidavit. It's not an affidavit that has to do with you as the main applicant. It has to do with, your parents. So yeah. So we're moving on to how to do the digital version now. And in this digital version, it is not you that is registering on the site, right? It's not you that's registering on the site. The person registering on the site now is one of either one of the parents you have, mother or father, will be the one registering on the site. Yeah, you can go well and register for them. But there's a place, there's a phase below where you would fill some information, right? And you need to know whether or not that information has to do with you filling it or not. That's why it's best for them to, fill it by themselves. But in this video, I'm going to explain how you fill it for them if they can't fill it by themselves, or if they can fill it by themselves, they should follow this process, because they're going to just, at the end of the day, they're going to see a sample of it, and it will fall in the same way the manual falls in. So yeah, just stick to the end and watch how I do this. So let's get this over with. So let's go on. Now for the digital method of getting your affidavit, that's why you see me on this site, portal.ff. I'll link it in the description below, so you do not have to worry yourself. And again, this digital method, right, it's especially it's for Nigerians that are not in Nigeria, right, and they do not have like the affidavit they would need for certain documents. So instead of coming all the way back here, they can have a parent do the declarant for them. Other parent or guardian can assist them in getting the affidavit on the digital portal. So when it comes to getting an affidavit online, there are portals for different states. It's called ECMS, and ECMS is available in some states in Nigeria. Why I say some is because I checked some states, they don't have ECMS available. I was not able to find ECMS available in those states. I was only able to find in Delta, Edo, Nasarawa, Gombe and the rest. It's not really available. Even though it's not available in those states, we have the Federal High Court, right? We have the Federal High Court portal, and it's this website. If you don't have anyone available in your state, you can come all the way here and get your affidavit. So there's no need to worry. And if you have ECMS in your own state, all you need to do is go over to the website. Let's take for example, this National State Judiciary. You just go to your state judiciary that is available, and you go over to portal. When you click on portal, it will bring you all the way here and register who you are and verify your email before coming all the way here to get the affidavit. So for the purpose of this video, we'll just do it on the Federal High Court Judiciary. Whatever one applies to you, you can use that. People that don't have that ECM or they cannot find anyone relating to their state, they just come all the way here. So what we are going to do next is we are going to try to create an account here. So here we are the one that needs the attestation of birth, right? So you that need the attestation of birth certificate, you are the applicant. The declarant is not you. The declarant is either your mother or your father. It should be either of your parents, right? So what you are going to do here is to create an account in one of your parents' name, or they should create it by themselves. So we are going to go in here to use a parent's email address and use a password. Click on create an account, enter full name, the full name, first name and middle name. So the parents filling this form, their surname should appear here first before their first name and their middle name. That's if they have a middle name. And over here you are going to include the parent's phone number. Over here you are going to include the date of birth of that particular parent. It is just basically an account, but their own account, not yours. Then over here the email address of that parent and the password. Confirm the password as well. Let's get this over with. Once your parent is done creating these accounts, then they will click on the link that's been sent to their email. Will verify that link, will bring them back here, and they can input their login details and create their profile, as you are going to see me demonstrate right now. You can see your parent's name here. Then what you need to do, what do you want to do? Affidavit, create and track affidavit. But first of all, we have to create a profile before creating the affidavit, so no need of going here. Just come all the way here and create a profile. You click on profile here, just follow my pink cursor. See the deponent name, that's the declarant name, your parent name, native, all these are information that hasn't been filled. You want to fill them, you check for the email, see the email is going well, phone number, see the phone number you included. These things you cannot change them because that's what you began with, right? You can't change them. It's very, very mandatory, right, to input the legal details once you are trying to create an account before coming all the way here. If you do not include the legal details, the correct details, it will affect your application process. It will affect the name especially, because you cannot change the name once you've logged in into this account. So let's go. We would need an identity card. That could be your NIN slip or your NIN card. To edit this, to fill in this information, we come over here and we click on edit. Says you will not be able to change delicate information after your first affidavit approval. Please ensure you provide the correct information before that. It's giving us a warning that we'll not be able to change anything after we've approved this affidavit. So let's go on. First here we are supposed to upload our passport. This passport is not your international passport, it's just your photograph, right? It has to be 300 kilobytes on any of these format, JPG, JPEG, GAF. There's no PDF here, so you would want to use the one they've outlined for you on this website. You can see the same thing also for the identification card. So there's a video I did on how to authenticate your document at Ministry of Education, an old video. If you scroll down or you check my playlist, in that video I talked about a URL you will click on that will be able to convert whatever format you have to one of these formats you have right here. So you go to that video, you can see it in the card. Just look above, you see a hand showing you in the card. So you click on that video, check the description box of that video, you're going to find it there. So let's come over here. So we're going to upload the passport. So you upload your parents' passport here. Okay, so once you've uploaded the passport, you come all the way here and upload your NIN slip or identification card. Then you come over here, you can't change this like I've said. You come over here, you include the native town, that's the native town of your parents. If you check the indigene form, right, I believe people watching this video have indigene form. If you don't have indigene form, you can still know what I'm talking about. You have your local government, right? You have the town of that local government where you are from in your state. That's what you're going to include, the town of that local government. Just what is very, very common with people there. When you just mention your town, no, I'm not talking of village, just talking of town. So once you're done, you come over here, country of origin, of course, Nigeria. State of origin, just like I said, deponent and NIN number, include the NIN number of your parents. The occupation of your parents included here. The date of birth is already here when I was filling that detail, so it's reflecting here already. So if you see any little correction, you can change it over here, but it's already what I included in the beginning and is correct. Gender, either the parents filling this, doing this declaration, if they're male or a female, you have to put here. Religion, Christian, Muslim, traditional, include the residential address, that's the place that your parent is residing in currently, include here. So once you feel that, you want to click on save changes, and do not be perturbed about you see this country of origin, because normally if I save this now, it will not show this country of origin. Nigeria will not show after I've saved it. I think it's a glitch from their side, not me. At the end of the day, once you are printing it at the end, you see, or previewing it, once you are previewing it at the end of finalizing this document, you will see that country of origin shows up as Nigeria, so do not worry of it. So let's get it. Residential address, just include what is on the person's NIN slip, because you see that NIN slip, it has your residential address, so just include it here to avoid any back and forth with this ECMS. And again, what I want to state is that especially for the women, you know, after marriage they do change of name, status, and all of that stuff. I'm talking about state of origin, right? It doesn't have anything to do with NI sleep or whatever. So you know, most females, then they get married to their husband, they take their husband's state of origin, they no longer put out their own state of origin and all that. So if it's your mom that is doing this declaration status or whatever, the state of origin she's using should be what should be included here, right? If she's in the same state of origin with your father, you just go along with it from here to the end of this application. You should not change anything, right? You should not change anything. You should just, whatever you start with is whatever you finish with at the end of this thing. So that's what I just wanted to point out. You see the success profile of this successfully, click OK, and after that you can see your parents' profile, you can see their residential address, everything is correlating. If there's something not correlating, check the NIN number, you know, especially the NIN number, the address, right, and the name, the native town as well, date of birth. If they are not correlating, state of origin too, if they are not correlating, you want to go back and edit them and you want them to correlate, right? So once you are done here, you can also see the identity card. Once you are done here, you just want to scroll up and click go back. Your parent now can enter the details for being a declarant now in this application process. So let's go on. We click on enter. We have affidavit, total application, pending application, queried application. I think this has to do with whether there's a mistake or there's a problem along the way. Pending application, once you submitted, it will be on pending status before it is successful. Total applications, you can have as many applications you want here according to your parent, because this is your parent's account, not yours. Affidavit is what we are going to do now. So create an affidavit by clicking here, new application. Good. So once you are here, you see a plethora of affidavits. Like there are different kind of affidavit, even the affidavit that I do not know anything about. For example, you can see an affidavit that talks about good conduct. Once I clicked on it, like you don't even have to click, just have to put your cursor over it. It will give you the use and the documents needed for getting one. You use this affidavit to officially affirm good conduct in educational institutions, workplaces, or other relevant settings. Needed the required documents, government issued ID, NIN, or voter's card, or driver's license, or international passport. Now, mainly if you get an admission abroad or something, you want to give them this kind of affidavit to show you have a good conduct in wherever you are located in. That's nice, that's cool. Alongside these are others. We have many related to some kind of fields. You have for general purpose, native authorization, native sponsorship. I think this one correlates to people that want to move to countries that they are not only a sole sponsor of themselves, maybe they have their parent as a sponsor. This would matter to them. Affidavit of sponsorship, let's say for example, affidavit of support for Canada, I think it falls in this category, you know. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, different kind of affidavit. Yeah, so let's just move to what concerns us. So we are on this place to get an affidavit for an attestation of birth. Okay, date of birth affidavit, statutory declaration of age. Kind of looks like what concerns us, but not really. It says this affidavit serves as an official statement of age, often used as a substitute for birth certificate. Maybe affidavit is a sworn declaration of something you own. Definitely this applies to you, but it is not really standing for an attestation of birth, because if you are to use this affidavit to get that attestation of birth that you would later on authenticate at the Ministry of
Foreign Affairs,
because majority of whoever is watching me, majority of people following me, right, are the people planning on traveling, especially those authenticating their document as well. So Ministry of Foreign Affairs attestation of birth certificate. So before getting that attestation of birth certificate, you want to get an affidavit for attestation of birth certificate. An affidavit for attestation of birth certificate before walking into the PC office to get that attestation of birth certificate, or doing it digitally. I would talk about that whole one in another video. So the one that concerns us here is an affidavit for attestation of birth. You cannot attest for yourself. It might be that this one you can't attest for yourself, right? But this is someone attesting for you, and this is an account of someone attesting for you. Affidavit of declaration of age minor has nothing to do with us, because you are an adult that needs this attestation, right? So let's get into it. Click apply. You see your parents' picture, their identification slip or card, then you see signature here. All they need to do is upload a signature. They can scan a signature, scan QR code, they can draw a signature. I would rather draw a signature, because the upload signature is kind of a little stressful, because it has to do on you signing on a blank sheet of paper and you capturing it with your phone and then uploading it to your device and then uploading it here on this site. So your parents will pretty much just want to make a signature on their own. So this signature should be your parents' signature, not yours, please, not yours. So just upload your parent's signature, right? Sign on a white sheet, snap, cut out that particular place it is, and you upload it here. So once you're done uploading their signature, you want to scroll down. You see the declarant's name, that's your parent name, their ID, what they filled in their profile is just going to reflect here. So you just scroll down. Also, let's see affidavit information. Now this is where the attention should be focused on. You see the applicant's full name. Now the applicant's full name here should be your name, the person they are attesting for, the person this account is swearing for, the person this account is declaring for, the person this account is attesting for. That's the person's name that should fall here. So in the beginning we started with surname, first name, and middle name. In that manner, you just arrange it here. You, in this video, you ask your parent to declare for you. This is your parent account, so your name should fall here. Now over here, father's full name. This should be your mom or your father filling this form right now. If it's your father filling the form, still his full name should be here. If it's your mom filling the form, your father's full name should be here. In the format, it started with surname first, the name first. We go over here, father's hometown, of course, like we stated. The hometown, that's the native hometown, where the father's local government area, of course, local government area is popular, just include here. Father's state, that's the state your father is from, included here. Now your mother's full name. Now this is tricky. Your mother's full name can be the name she had before she married your father. Whichever name she has been going with is what she should include here. She has been going with your father's name and she started this account like in the beginning when we were registering with your father's name. She should just continue with that name, especially if the name is the same thing with what is on the NIN slip, right? In fact, I would just advise you to go with what is on the NIN slip. Mother's hometown. The hometown your mother is using. I'm sure that this is not even on the NIN slip, but some women take on the hometown of the husband they married, no longer their hometown. Whichever one applies to you, you're going to use it here. Government still of your mother, you're going to use it here. Right? Some people want at the end of the day, whatever you include here is going to reflect once you want to print out or preview the form. Yeah, not to worry. I'll show you how it's going to look like at the end. Other state and date of birth. You see, when I was reading the one for the manual, if you look into the one for the manual, you will see it's the same way in this digital, but you're going to catch that at the end. For those that descend a lot, you understand what I'm saying here. Date of birth that should be here will be the date of birth of you that they are declaring for, yeah, and your place of birth you include it here. This is where they gave birth to you, then followed by the local government area of that place of birth they gave to you, and followed by the state of birth. These three follows themselves like this, place, local government, state, right? Government and not or south, something like that. Then relationship with applicants. You still remember that this account is the account of the parents, right? Whether mother or father. So what's their relationship with you, the applicant? What's their relationship with you? The person filling it, if it's your mother, you just put mother here. The person filling it is your father, you just put father here. Understood? So let's get into it. So once you are done, you want to come over here, see applicant's email address. That's your parent's email address. Of course, you cannot change it. That's what's going to be here. So that's why you should start with what I started with in the beginning. Just follow me so that you don't have any problem. Applicant's phone number, your parent's phone number, federal court. You're going to state where they are in, right? Just include the court that is in that state. Let's say, for instance, person filling this is in Abuja. Just click here and choose Federal Court Abuja, whichever one pertains to you. So once you are done here, you want to check everything again. You check everything before you click on preview. Correct everything that's supposed to be corrected and you click on preview. Because when you click on preview and there's a mistake, you come back, it will automatically delete. I do not know why. So once you click preview, this is how it showcases affidavit application form, shows your parents' passport here, the identity, the signature, state of origin. You want to check whether everything you filled on the profile is matching, right? You see this affidavit information, you want to check whether your name is correct. Your father's full name, you want to check whether it's the way it is. On his own NIN, you want to check whether your father's hometown is the way it is, your mother's full name is the way it is, mother's state, right? Local government as well. You want to check whether it matches your place of birth and also your date of birth as well. Mother's hometown, everything is in place. State of birth, yeah, it just goes like this. For you, it just goes like after the applicant name. Everything about you is applicant's full name, date of birth, place of birth, local government area, and state of birth, just like this. After this, you go like this, come back here. That's what is about you. Every other thing here is just about the parents, and we agree to the terms and conditions. You want to read these terms and conditions before you click here. So once you're done, you click this, and it says, by submitting this affidavit, I consent to the collection and processing of my personal data in accordance with Nigerian data protection. I understand that my information will be used solely for lawful verification and Operation successful. Okay, comes with next is your application ID, application for the ID, affidavit type. You check. It should be the affidavit attestation of birth, because that's what we are doing here. If it's not it, you're wasting your time. Deponents, your parents' NIN. Okay, date, everything should just be correlating. Yes, it's in its draft status. After payment, it will no longer be in its draft status. You will not want to proceed to payment. I will advise you not to proceed to payment. Why? Because you would like to preview a sample of this affidavit. You like to preview how the printout is. You like to preview how it is. It will be in your hand and in your eyes, right? Before you click on proceed to payment. The importance of previewing documents. All right. So you click on preview and it will show you the work you've done. Affidavit, exactly, affidavit for attestation of birth declaration. This is a sample of it. This is not a original version of it. So when you go back, you click on pay, you get a original version without the sample watermark. So the form comes out with the reference number. The top comes out with your parents' image here. It's kind of similar to the one we talked about in manual. If you do the comparison, right, it's similar. So your parents' name, your parents' gender, they are adults, they're not minor here. Their religion, nationality. You see, this nationality, we're having a problem. It's a glitch. You choose Nigeria, it's not selecting as the option, but once you're at this stage, you see it's coming out, so do not bother about it. If you're bothered about it, you can chat them up here, right, to know if you can go on. But I would go on because I've reached this stage and I see it in the sample. It shouldn't be a problem. Using of the residential address, just like you put here, do hereby make an oath and declare as follows. So let's read. It says, number 1, that I am the above named deponent whose passport photograph is attached therein. Exactly, your parents' photograph and their name. They are the deponents, they are the one declaring for you, so you're on the right part here. 2, that I am the mother, or father that filled this one. You see father will reflect here, of you, your name will be here, and actually what I feel this was reflecting here. 3, that the biological father of you is this your father's name, right, comma, an indigene of, that your father is an indigene of this town in this local government of this state. So we're on track, right? See. Then 4, that the biological mother of this person, that's you see your name details here, is this is the full name of your mother, just like it reflects on our NIN. See what I'm saying? Comma, an indigene of this town in this local government in this state. 5, that the said that's you was born on this day of this month in this year, exactly, at this town. You not put town, but just put the name of that place. You should not include the town or whatever. So at this, in this local government in this area, good. It will even put the local government area for you right at the end. It will not, you see, it will put the local government area for you. So all you need is just the name of that local government without putting local government attached to it. So we talked about it. So of this state. 6, that the birth of the said you is falling here. See your name was not registered with the National Population Commission at the time of birth, and no birth certificate was issued. It's how a declaration of form should appear, just like the manual one. If you compare it, you see the similarity. 7, that this affidavit is sworn for the purpose of obtaining an attestation of birth from the National Population Commission (NPC). 8, that I make the solemn declaration conscientiously, believing the content to be true and correct, and in accordance with the oath of 2004 as amended. Finish. That's all. We've done it. That's exactly how to go about this digital affidavit for attestation of birth. The person attesting for you is either of your parent. From here, you just want to click print affidavit. Let's click exactly how it's going to come out as the sample version. And when you pay for this, you will not come along with this watermark of sample. It will come out in the original way, and all you need to do is take it to the cafe and you print it out. That's your affidavit for attestation of birth. Simple and easy if you follow the step, right? You follow the step painstakingly, your eyes open. In case yours might be another thing else, that would be you declaring it in your own account. But for the case of this is just a special case. For the case of this, the declarant can never be you. It has to be either one of your parents. Please like, share to someone that needs this information. Click on the bell, smash that like button, subscribe if you like the quality of this content. So after you are done with this affidavit, you can either hold it and use it so as a sworn certificate for your attestation of birth, or you're those kind of people that are on the process of getting the authentication done. what you do next is go straight to the National Population Commission and you submit this affidavit. They are going to give you a formal attestation of birth certificate. I might put that on the screen so you see how it is. Formal attestation of birth certificate. A video on how to get attestation of birth certificate. I'll link it up in this card. You see a hand pointing that. I'll link it up in the card. So you click on that and see how to get that, either traditionally or still through the digital version, because there's a digital version as well for getting attestation of birth certificate. So you are going to pay this. I don't know how much it costs. Maybe if you go back, if it doesn't deliver, we have already achieved here, to see how much it costs. I'm going to go to that extent, and that's basically it. Let's check the cost. Let's go back. You can either use, please select any method. You can use Paystack or Remita. Let's just click Paystack, see what we can see. So Paystack gives us different options: card, transfer, bank, USSD, OPay. Click on transfer to see. So yeah, transfer 8,797 to Paystack checkout. So this attestation affidavit for attestation of birth cost 8,797 naira, right? So what you do in your bank app is to include this account number in the bank app. Then this name is going to come out automatically, and you're going to input this figure paid. You come over the way here, or you go to your email address. You see they sent this original affidavit of attestation of birth to this account email, right? So you go over there, you download it there, or you download it here. So it's going to give you the same thing. No need of worrying yourself, right? Then you can go over to wherever you want, print it out. From there you can choose to either keep it, you can choose to either get an original attestation of birth, right? And from then go back to the Ministry of Education to authenticate it. If you want to know how to authenticate your document at the Ministry of Education, because this is a non-academic document, you want to know how to authenticate your document, you check out my video. I think it will be in the cards. If there's no space for cards, you can check out the description link. Click on that. It will teach you how to authenticate your document at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Yes, it's just a process. When you follow the process diligently, you're going to get what you want. So that's it. And if you like to support my channel, guys, you can check out the description box below and leave a little something there. You can as well choose whatever denomination applies to you in the description link. I create research-backed reviews, lifestyle tips, and eureka moments to help you solve everyday challenges. So your support goes towards creating these helpful guides, product reviews, and in-depth research, so you have those aha moments. And at the end of the day, your support really means the world to me and keeps this channel going, making a real life difference. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. I appreciate you guys. Smash that like button, subscribe if you like the quality of this content. About Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs does not authenticate. I've not seen where they authenticate affidavits. My affidavit, I did not authenticate my affidavit. All I authenticated was my attestation of birth certificate. That was what I authenticated, right? The embassy as well also legalizes the attestation of birth certificate. I do not know about the affidavit. No. So I'm happy you stayed this long to watch the end of my video on how to get an affidavit, especially for the attestation of birth. And I'll see you in my next one. Take care.